Pat, team news to begin with. What's the likelihood of Tim Clancy being available for selection for Saturday's match against Inverness?
Yeah, he's available. He's trained for the last couple of weeks and obviously got bit of game time against Dundee United on the 20s game. So, yeah, he's fit and available, to be honest. Paul Hanlon, as well, has been back training the last couple of days. Not with the group, but he's done nearly everything now to be able to join in on Monday. So that's a bit of good news for us as well. Hopefully we'll have him back for next week.
What's Tim's mindset like at the moment? Because last year he didn't experience any injury difficulties whatsoever. This year he's had two quite big setbacks. How's he coped with that?
Well, he's positive. That's the type of guy he is. You know, he never stops talking, so he's positive about everything, which is great and it helps. But it's like all footballers, you've got to deal with different things. Like you said, Tim hasn't had a lot of injuries, and he's had a couple this year that have taken him out again for a little while. So he's got to be able to deal with that and put that down to a little bit of experience for himself. But he's fairly upbeat most days, Tim, in fairness to him. So he'll be looking forward to getting back playing.
Obviously, with Alan Maybury's suspension, it immediately kind of pays the way through for him to come back. But is it still other players competing for that vacant right back slot? Yeah,
there is. We've got one or two that can go and play in there. Obviously, Tim is a natural there, so you know he's got a good opportunity to maybe come in and play. But you know, one or two of the other players have done quite well as well. So we'll wait and see till tomorrow. Again, obviously Ryan is back today. He's training. We need Jorge back. He's only getting back today, so he'll train in the morning. So we'll see how they all are, and then we'll assess it and pick a team accordingly.
From your perspective as manager, how frustrating was it that Claris travelled all the way to Central America to spend a few days over there and not get 1 minute's game time under his belt? What was your kind of take on that?
Well, you picked a good time to go, looking at the weather, you know. But nice. Look, these things happen in international football. I think if you get yourself frustrated, you'd be pulling your hair out over, and there's no point in that. He wants to go and play for his country, which I'm very pleased about. I think everybody should want to do that. He didn't play. That's the manager's choice. We've just got to get on with it. Getting back. The plus from my point of view is that him or Ryan didn't play, which means neither of them come back with an injury. Both of them come back a little bit disappointed. Maybe they haven't played, but we got to pick them up and get them ready for Saturday.
So just looking at the formation then that maybe you're evaluating and thinking about, are you looking for an attack-orientated lineup against Inverness, or what's your kind of mindset?
Listen to this. We've attack-orientated. What does that mean? You know, we've played the same system for the last 2 or 3 games. We scored 4 goals away to Kilmarnock in a cup tie. So, you know, it doesn't matter what system we play. We go and try to win the game like we do every week.
So, just in terms of the mood following the setback at Motherwell, how's it been at the training centre?
It's good. It's positive. You know, we've had a good week's training. The players have been upbeat, and we've got them upbeat and got them training well, and they're looking forward to the game. Like, after every defeat, you want to play as quick as possible. That didn't happen, so we've had to take on the chin a little bit over the last couple of weeks, and we've been smart from that. But again, we got well beaten on the night, so we've no complaints about it. We've got to make sure we put it right come Saturday.
Well, the under-20s fielded a very young side up at Inverness in midweek, and they came away with a massive 3-2 win, having been 2-0 down. Danny Handlin scored the winner. How pleasing is it from your perspective as manager that you've got players like Danny who are now pushing for a first team place? Yeah,
we've got a few at the moment that are knocking on the door. Obviously Danny, Alex Harris, Ross Caldwell, Jordan Foster's been around, Bradley's been around, Bradley Donaldson. So there's a few of them have come through. Like you said, it's a very young squad, 2-0 down as well, and Inverness, they show great character to come back from it. But the younger players are doing quite well at the moment. They're working tremendously hard to get themselves into the first team frame, and like I said, 4 or 5 of them are starting to push in that direction now, which is great.
See, there's been a big buzz about Hampden, the fact that we qualified for that Scottish Cup semi-final against Falkirk, but in your mind, is this the biggest game of the season so far against Inverness at home on Saturday?
Yeah, of course it is. You know, my goal at the start of the season was to try to get this club back into the top 6. That's still the goal. That's the only thing that's in my head at the moment, is to make sure that we get there. We've got 2 tough games to do that, but we're giving ourselves an opportunity this season, which is great, to try to get there. It's now getting over the line and making sure we do that. Like I said, home game is massively important, that we pick up 3 points. We know Inverness are a real decent team. Looks like they're probably there as well. So, you know, we've got to go and win the game. We've got to go and make sure we take the game to Inverness as well. What happens after that in the other competition, we'll wait and see, but the real focus is getting ourselves into the top 6.